Love is described as the most powerful thing in the world. It's supposed to be able to conquer all. Ever since I was young, I'd see and hear people talk about true love. We see it depicted in movies, cartoons, and songs, and literature. There's hardly any piece of entertainment you'll find, old or new, that doesn't include it in some way. True love is supposed to be something that stands the test of time. But looking around you today, do you feel that true love still exists? For many of us, we were introduced to the idea of love at a very early age. We might have heard I love yous from our parents or seen a movie centered around love in some way. We also might have experienced our own version of love for something special or important to us. Whether we were aware of it or not, it was there. Love is defined as a deep fondness or affection for someone or something. By now, each person has felt loved by someone or felt love for someone. But in many ways, it has started to seem like there's a new watered down version of what love is supposed to be. There's a million new conditions and terms that seem to come with modern day love. As someone who used to spend a great deal of time watching YouTube as a teenager, I was one of the many people who got hooked on family and couples channels. I'd watch every video and get invested in these people's lives and relationships, and over the years, one by one, slowly but surely, I've seen most if not all of those relationships come to an end. And I used to be devastated by this, because after spending so much time thinking these people were a testament to what true love is, I was wrong. But now I sometimes ask myself if things ending between people means that they didn't have true love. I've always conditioned my mind to believe that true love always equals a happy ending, and that happy ending would always mean a family or a couple staying together. When I was younger, I always believed that as long as two people want to be together, then a relationship can last. And while there are so many things that can get in the way of people being together, these days it does seem like those things now make it impossible for any relationship to last. After growing up with the fairy tale version of love, the reality of what love can actually look like hits you hard. And after realizing that life is nothing like the movies, it completely changes how you feel about it. Anyone who has experienced heartbreak at the hands of someone they love might now feel like love and relationships aren't worth it anymore. Some people play with the idea of love knowing they don't really love someone or intend to, and so often you'll hear people talk about having many options for who to date or keeping a roster, ghosting, etc. There are a lot of people who prefer talking to multiple persons romantically than to be committed to just one person. And while it's better to stay single instead of getting into a relationship with someone you'll end up hurting, you kind of wonder if there's any fulfillment in being with multiple people instead of just finding someone who really love you and you can be happy with. For those who still believe in soulmates or dating to marry and being in love with one person, those people are holding on to their belief that true love may still exist in the world. And as a hopeless romantic myself, I also share that same sentiment. Even after having my fair share of heartbreaks, it's very clear that the way many people view love has changed. A lot of persons are afraid to even date, and for good reason. It can be hard to even know what real love looks like anymore. Things that should be common practice in relationships are now things that most people celebrate because they're so rare, like getting compliments, getting flowers or gifts, things as simple as thoughtfulness or consideration or admiration from your partner. So many things that have become the norm makes it hard for anyone to form real connections, like not calling or texting first, not being too accessible, being nonchalant, or not showing too much effort. I don't really understand how people don't get exhausted from it all. It's impossible for the love we see in movies or read about in books to exist because it seems like there's no place for it in today's world. People have started moving away from those examples, and they're now doing things way differently. And no, there's nothing wrong with change, but in this case, the changes aren't for the better. If you could imagine the purest kind of love, it wouldn't include any of the actions being practiced lately. Instead, it would look and be exactly as described in these fairy tales and exactly as it's described in the Bible. The Bible describes love as patient and kind, not proud, not dishonoring others, not easily angered, always helpful, always trusting, and never failing, among other things. Without love, whether romantic or platonic, there's nothing to hold anything of importance together. Be it relationships or friendships, whatever is dear to us needs love to thrive. I wanted to make a video about this because it's something I've been thinking about a lot recently, just because of things that I've been observing, and I wanted to see if anybody else had an opinion on whether or not they feel like love or true love still exists. But I think, or I hope, that we can all, maybe at least once in our lives, experience true love. That's all for now. Goodbye and stay safe. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other.